Hi everyone. There has been a second assassination attempt on US former President Donald Trump. With just 50 days remaining for the presidential elections, there has been an intense situation for both the presidential candidates. Now, before we move into what is the implication of an assassination, what are its repercussions, let us try to understand what is the difference between killing, murder, and an assassination. Killing, the act of causing death regardless of the manner or agency. Example, an old man was killed in an accident. Next is murder. It is illegal or unjust killing of a person usually with intent and premeditation. Example, a gems merchant was murdered by burglars. Here you can see that the intent was wrong and that it was intentional. Now, let us look at the meaning of the word assassination. Assassination refers to the killing of prominent figures and government leaders for political reasons. These reasons can be to seize power, to start a revolution, to draw attention to a particular cause, to exact revenge, or to undermine a regime or to criticize it. If we see, assassination has been occurring across the course of history for various reasons. An assassin is a person who commits assassination. The word assassin comes from the word assassini, which is of Italian origin. Assassini is related to word assassins, which itself has its root to the word hashish. The word hashish means hash, which is a compressed form of marijuana. It is believed that these assassins were under the influence of hash while committing crimes. These assassins were prevalent in Persia, present day Iran. If you have seen the movie Prince of Persia, you must have seen the assassins. Now, if we look at the course of history for the examples of assassination, we'll find that various prominent leaders have been assassinated. In the United States alone, 4 US presidents have been assassinated so far. Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, William McKinley, and John F. Kennedy. While the assassination attempts have been tried on Theodore Roosevelt, Ronald Reagan, and Donald Trump. We have seen similar assassinations in India on Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi. Now, if we look at certain earlier books such as Arthashastra by Chanakya, Art of War by Sun Tzu, or The Prince by Machiavelli, we'll find some shocking revelations. Arthashastra by Chanakya considers assassinating the enemy leaders to win a war. Art of War and The Prince considers assassinating the enemy to avoid a possible threat. While these books advocate for assassination in certain situations, there are problems with this approach. The problem is there is difficulty to compute the benefits versus the future cost and repercussions. One such case in point is the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914. Archduke was a prince to Austro-Hungarian Empire, and after his assassination, Austro-Hungary declared war on Serbia and World War I began. A single assassination led to worldwide chaos, Europe was torn apart, and 20 million people died. You can see a single assassination led to a domino effect. Recently, there is a new trend that is evolving: lone wolf attacks. Earlier, people from particular religion, economic or social group, or from a certain country or certain faith committed assassinations on persons from opposite identity. But now, there has been lone wolves that are becoming active in the society. Lone wolf attacks. It is a type of a violent attack committed by an individual person or by a small group alone without the direction or assistance from a terrorist organization or government. These individuals work alone and they have their own agenda. Recent case in point is the assassination of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Shinzo Abe was killed by one such lone wolf. The lone wolf did not like the religious group that Shinzo Abe was supporting and hence he killed him. Now you can see, just because the person did not like his religious orientation, he killed former Prime Minister. Now, there are some issues with lone wolf attacks. Firstly, they are unpredictable. As the lone wolves act alone, it is difficult for the intelligence agencies to trace and find the perpetrator. Secondly, is the mental health. Certain individuals commit such crimes due to their own mental instabilities. They feel a distorted version of reality and hence they commit crimes. You can take an example of Joker in Dark Knight movie. Next, due to widespread use of guns and ammunitions and due to easy availability, it has become easier for people to do such extreme actions. Also, with the advent of internet, it has become easier for people to get radicalized easily. Till now, we have seen what is assassination, what are the different aspects of it, and the new trend of lone wolf attacks that are happening in the society. Now, the question is it right? Is it right to find an easier way by assassinating someone? Or is it better to present your views and debate over an issue? While assassination are favored by certain governments and some books advise for it, is it the right way to proceed? Some may argue that assassination might be right in certain situations. I'd like to emphasize here on two ethical theories and I'll let you decide. The two theories are the deontological theory and the teleological theory. Deontological theory. It is also known as Kantian theory. Immanuel Kant says that means should be as moral as an end. Let me explain this in simple terms. When we say means, it is the way we do an action, whereas end is the end result or objective. Example, Mahatma Gandhi used non-violence to achieve independence. Here non-violence is the means, that is, the way you are doing an action, whereas independence is the end. If we see, what Kant says is that it is just not the end result, but also the way to achieve the end result that matters. As you see here, Mahatma Gandhi used non-violence, which was a good means to achieve independence, which was a good result. Let me explain you the other approach to understand the comparison better. Teleological approach, a theory of morality that defines goodness or badness of an action based on its consequences. Here, if the end result is good, then taking any approach is fine. Let us take an example. Rahul used violence to achieve freedom from kidnappers. Here, violence was the means, whereas to achieve freedoms was the end. As we see in both approaches, the end was positive, but the approach was different. While Kant emphasizes that the approach or means should also be correct, teleological ethics states that if the end objective is good, the approach can be good or bad. Now, the problem is, it is difficult to follow just one ethics over the other in all situations. For example, Alex broke the traffic signal as there was a medical emergency. Now here, even if the person is breaking a traffic signal, that is, his means is wrong, he is doing for the good end goal. So it is difficult to say what is the right ethical path to follow. But in case of assassination, I feel killing someone in any circumstance is never a justified approach. It is unethical, irrevocable, and unjust from a future just society. While the current society is not perfect, it is moving towards a more human society over time. It is time to let go barbarous traits and work towards making a more human society. Assassinations are dark spots and they cause permanent damage to the mankind. I will like to end this by quoting India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. We are on the side that calls for dialogue and diplomacy as the only way out. Thank you.